playing Going Medieval. I really, really enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun. Basically, you are building a medieval city, and it gets really down to the detail, and I really, 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 really like that. So I do have a game going currently, but I'm gonna start a new game because people may have died in my last one. A lot of people may have died. So let's start off new. We're gonna do a standard gameplay. Still sticking with normal difficulty. It just seems to work out best for me. And when you start off in normal difficulty, you get a new life. So each settler has a story about the past they left behind, but now this tattered group has a common goal to build a new home together. Starting conditions, so we'll be starting off in spring, so that's pretty easy. We start off with a bunch of nice resources, some good starting equipment, a couple of animals, like a goat, cat, and then some settler constraints as far as like what we start off with. First things first, we gotta name this city. What the hell are we gonna name it? Let's name it Keebtopia. Nah, Keeblandia. Yeah, I like that. And then let's work on our heraldry. So we're gonna clear all. We're gonna start off with our background color. I think for the background color, I'm a big fan of purple personally. If you can't tell from the purple lighting. Let's see. Let's start off with some, maybe a light purple. And let's add a pattern to that. So we could do something like split in half like this. Maybe a little border at the top might be kind of nice. I'm not a big fan of the stripes personally. Something like this could be good if we change the color up a bit. I'm gonna change that background color to something like that maybe, yeah. Half and half like that, I think. I think that'll be nice. Now these people, what are they gonna be doing? I'd like to think that they're peaceful unless they get attacked. So maybe we go with something to symbolize peace. But perhaps, I don't really know what symbolizes peace. Definitely not a bone. Let's see, we got a rabbit, skull. Skulls are very peaceful. Yes. But I think first we're going to start off with some sort of a pattern or item as our background emblem. Something like this, maybe. Maybe in a light gray color. Let's see. Move that side to side if we wanted to. Ooh, we could rotate it. Put that down on the bottom. Yeah, like that. Change the scale a bit. Move that down. Yeah, I like that. And then could do just bar over top of it. We could do another one of these, but move it up. Make the same color. And this time we're going to move that up. Ooh, yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Okay. So then our primary symbol. Let's do, we could do a nice sun. Maybe make that yellow. I like the idea of making that bigger. Something like that, maybe. And then for our final emblem, let's do, we could do a noose, a chicken. Nothing says peace like a chicken. I'm thinking, I wonder if we could do another sun, but then like rotate it slightly. Ooh, or something like this. I like this. I like this idea. Hmm. But the trouble is what color do we make it? Maybe we go with this like pinky color. I want it to be cohesive and, you know, like go together. Mm. Wish we could make it transparent, but we can't. But you know what? I think we're gonna go with this. Do we want to play with that scale at all? Maybe like that. Or if we did the regular sun and did some fun with the rotation, that could be kind of cool. Or with the color. What if we made this the yellow color and made this one the pink color? That's kind of weird. Like I feel like I'm onto something, but also really not onto something here. Let's try. No. I hate. Oh. No. No. I'm gonna go with this. Back down here. And we are gonna rotate that slightly. That I don't mind. Now if we go back to our pattern. No, the background. Maybe we need to adjust the background color. And change the pattern to something like this and change the color. There we go. That I'm liking. I'm digging that. I think that'll work out nicely. Okay, so that'll be our heraldry. So that's what our heraldry is going to look like. Then we got a choice for, we got valley, hillside, or change this to large. Randomize that seed again. We also get a mountain. Now, I normally play on hillside. I think hillside's nice because you get a good blend between valley and hill. So you get terrain that's suitable for good defense, fair amount of limestone and clay, decent amount of fertile soil and vegetation. So it's a good blend all around. However, I've never played valley before, where you get a lot of vegetation, fertile soil, and clay, but you don't get as much limestone, lesser amounts of iron and salt. So part of me wants to give that a try, but also I really like the idea of when you get later on in the game of having those resources readily available, which is why I usually choose hillside, because you get a good blend. And I just don't know which one I'm going to do. And I am texting my man at the moment, don't mind me. Okay. Ba ba da ba ba. All right, so let's do. You know, yeah, let's do Valley. Let's just try it out. I've never done Valley. Let's give it a try. It might not be that bad. And this one, I mean, is close to the hillside here, so that might not be too awful. Randomize that seating. Now let's do that again. Yeah, I think we're gonna go something like this maybe. What do we got? Oh, we got two Valley choices here. We go straight up Valley. Or this Valley. Or we got a decent sized hillside over here. You know what? we're going to do Valley. We're going to stick with Valley. That's what I decided. That's what we're going to do. All right. So now we need to choose our settlers. Let's see, what do we got for settlers? We've got Caldwell Williams, Rosa Berners, and Katarina Yardley. And what's neat is that you can re-roll these, you can customize them. I like my first starting settlers to have quite a bit of perks. So I'm going to re-roll this group because this group isn't that impressive to me. Do it one more time. Okay, so Suetric Harcourt. That is quite the name. Let's see. He currently is, so there's two different religious alignments. You got practicing Oak Brethren or practicing, what's the other one? The Restitution List. So he is an Oak Brethren. So he just needs an occasional quick prayer to satisfy his religious need. So he'll need a shrine or a temple for his religious observations. And we are going to do some advanced customization because something else I like to do is I like to set everybody down to 5 for all skills here. And we're going to go through and kind of figure out what is their specialty going to be. And these stars are what their favorite things are to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for him here real quick. Let's see. So first off, his background is soothsaying and a carter. So mining, melee, and botany, he gets little perks too. Which is why his mining can't go any further down than 10 because he's getting a 10 perk from this carter background. So because of that, he's really going to like mining. And I'm going to put 5 more points into that one at least. Melee, he likes to melee fight, so 5 is as low as we can go there for melee, so we're going to give him 5 more there. And botany, so he's not bad at botany. So I'm going to give him 3 more here just to boost him up a little bit. And I also like my starting characters to be a little bit younger. You know, best chance of survival, hopefully. And because he's so young, we need to change up his hair. Because right now he doesn't have any. I'm going to give him... Yeah, we're going to give him the mohawk. And we're going to make him a redhead. And facial hair wise, ooh, we can give him some chops. Big old bushy beard. A little chin strap. That's always a good choice. Ooh, the mustache. Mustachio. Yeah, we are going to give him, where is it? I just saw it. There we go. We're going to give him that beard. You can also change the shape of his head too. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, we're going to make him kind of, I don't know, rectangular head. Pseudonym. He doesn't have one right now, so we're going to randomize this. And we got the Zealot of Garagil. So he keeps making altars and offerings, stopping the day's business to say prayers, muttering about sin. One might be forgiven for saying he takes it a bit far. Gives him construction +3. So we go here to construction. You know what? We're going to say he likes construction. And I'm going to bump that up to 10. Because construction's pretty important in the beginning. Because you got a lot of crap to build. And if they suck at construction, it takes a long time to build. So his perks, we have Vigorous. So he's never sick for long. He gets a pretty good health point recovery and wound regeneration. He likes to work in the sunshine. And he does not like to be cold, which he's going to hate the wintertime because it gets cold in the wintertime. And I think that's what we're going to do with him for now. We'll come back to him. We're also going to rename him. Let's... what shall we name him? Let's name him... Broseph. Broseph Harcourt. Then we got Theobald Holmes, also masculine. Now, I always find it funny when they give him this skin color, but like super light hair, so we're going to correct that right away. I'm thinking, yeah, we're just going to give him black hair. We're going to change his hair too. Yeah, we'll give him a nice fro. And for facial hair, yeah, we're going to give him a nice little stash there. What kind of head shape should he have? There we go. And again, I'm going to lower this down to 5 for everything. Ooh, he's apparently very much into being an intellectual. I can't get that any lower. As you see over here, group creation points, this is the number of points that I have to utilize to adjust my characters. And I put a lot of thought into the starting characters because you don't really get this option once you get going. So, you know, give your starting folks the best chance of survival by giving them the best possible perks. So we're going to say he likes construction, but he really loves being a smartass. And let's see what's giving him those perks. So he's ill-favored. He does not have good speechcraft, so he sucks at talking. It seems appropriate for an intellectual. I've never spoken to an intellectual that, you know, has been a pleasure to talk to. Let's see. He suffers constantly from gout or flux, rashes or spasms. His constitution is decidedly feeble. So I could take that off, but I like leaving the perks that it gives me, just because it's nice to have some good and bad to a character. And cannibal. So, you know, he's not bothered by eating human flesh. Might come in handy. Excuse me. Might come in handy if we get hungry later. And he has a rare intellect, could even be called gifted, and he learns extremely quick. His alignment, he is also a practicing oak brethren. His background, we have swindling and architect, so that's where he's getting all his intellectualness and his construction. So I'm going to give him 5 more in construction and 5 more in intellectual, because he's smarty. And then swindling, tailoring, and animal handling. So tailoring, you know, it's not as important right now. It's more important when you get towards winter. Animal handling, though, that one is important. And you can see on the side here what our group skill base is. This is a good way for us to kind of keep tabs of, are there any skills that we're really missing out on? And his pseudonym, nope, that contradicts. Smithing, no. You know, marksman. We need a marksman, and he is going to be our marksman. We're going to say he really likes working with the bow. Oh, and his age. Whew, we got to lower that age. You won't survive long, buddy, at 50 in the wilds. And we need a new name for him. His name, we're going to name him... he's going to be Bob. Bob Holmes. And then we have Christina Claridge. Claridge? She's feminine. We again have some different head options for the ladies. I like head option number 4. They gave her the black hair, so I'm good with that. Let's see, hair-wise, though, styling. Oh, a nice bun on top of the head could be good. Yeah, I like the bun on the top of the head for her. I think that'll be a good one. Her background is that she's deadly. So she's got marksman and melee. And she's a master builder. And this is starting to repeat some of the other skills that we have. So I'm actually going to randomize this one. And we're going to get, willful for speechcraft and blacksmithing, which gives us smithing, melee, and mining. I think that is a good combo. So let's go ahead and pop these down. Popping those down to 5. Smithing can't go down any lower. Okay, so we see smithing as something that she's really into. So I like to think of her as like a beefy woman. Oh, and she is the restitutionist. So she's of the other religion. And so it's interesting when you get them at different religions too, because it's possible that they could switch to a different religion, especially when they're right on the edge like that. They could really be swayed either way. So she's a dullard. She's not smart. So we're not going to put any more points in intellectual. She's just going to be, you know, a meathead. That's a woman. She's also thin-skinned, delicate, and nervy. Now, that doesn't really fit in with everything else that we have going on with her. So I want more like brawler, potentially. I want something that's going to be helpful for some of the stuff that she does. Let's do that. Gives us speechcraft. Speechcraft. Strapping. Let's give her strapping. And we're going to get rid of precious. Is she thick? Her weight is not in pounds. And I'm your traditional American who cannot quite figure out how to easily translate that into what I want. Just adjust my camera here. Okay, so let's see here. Did my stream stop? Might have. Let's open that back up. I'm using this on my phone. There we go. Because just in case anybody ever pops in here, I can at least keep track of my chat that way. Because I'm working off of one monitor at the moment. It won't be that way forever though, but you know. Figure fuck it, Friday night, playing this game that I love that I never see anybody stream. So I'ma stream it in case anybody else really enjoys this game too. Okay, so smithing, let's give her 5 points there. I can't count. So was that 12? Nope, so I do need to put that at 17. And then melee's her big thing. So we're going to put 5 there. And then we don't need her doing marksman at all, so we're going to rotate that through. Culinary. You know what? We're going to say she enjoys cooking. Because we need somebody that cooks. Otherwise, our folks are going to starve. And I like her first name, Christina. I like how they did it with the X, but we're going to change this last name. And that's going to be Puddin. Christina Puddin. Okay, so we do have Bob Holmes can do animal handling. Do we have somebody that can do botany? He kind of can, so we're going to pop that up to 10 because it's good to have somebody that can at least do something with plants. Carpentry. Everybody's a 5 in carpentry, which I think that'll be fine. They'll grow these skills too with time, so they don't need to be an expert in everything. But as long as they can do some work with carpentry, we should be good. Okay, we've got our construction. And we got 2 people that are fairly decent at construction, so that'll help us out quite a bit in the beginning. We got her with culinary. Who's our intellectual? He's our intellectual, so we're good there. We're good with marksman. Medicine. No one's really exceptional with medicine, but I think we'll squeak by okay with that. We have our melee fighters. We have a lot of points here that we can use too, so I'm going to bump up his melee fighting and her melee fighting to 15. I'm going to bump up his construction to 15. I'm going to bump up his botany to 15 as well. And then mining, everybody can do a little bit of mining. He's really good at mining, so that's fine. Smithing, she can do it. It's not as important right now. Speechcraft's really only important for everybody getting along and them getting good deals from traders. And then tailoring, we got somebody who can do tailoring. We're going to bump that up to 15 though. Okay, I'm going to give her 15 in culinary. And we still have some points left over. So we could spend it on perks or we can spend it on stats. And I'm going to go stats, I think. I also don't have to spend all of it. But I'm going to give them each one thing that they're really good at. So she's really good at smithing. I don't want to increase that one anymore though, because that's really not going to help us out so much in the beginning. I really want to focus on something that's going to help us out in the beginning. So we're going to make it culinary. We're going to give her 5 more points in culinary. She's just, you know, an amazing cook. People love her cooking. They just can't get enough. They just can't get enough of it. And then we've got Bob Holmes. His specialty is intellectualness. We're good there. Marksman. I'm going to bump up his marksman a little bit. I think that'll be good. And good old Brosif. Oh, Brosif, what are you going to be good at? You know what? You're going to be really good at building shit. There we go. We're going to pop you up there. And I think that's good. I think I'm happy with that. Let me check everybody's ages. We're nice and young. Let's see, her religious alignment changed a little bit based off of some of the things that we chose. We're going to pop that back to where it was though, because I like having a range of religions. Okay, next. So here is our summary for Keeblandia. We have our settlers. We have Brosif Harcourt, Bob Holmes, and Christina Puddin. We've got our what do you call it? Emblem. We have a standard normal life, so our settlement will experience enemy raids as well as environmental events. Raids can occur at steady intervals. Their difficulty adapts as you progress, and that is true. You'll start off with like a very small raid of like 3, maybe 4 people, and the biggest raid I've dealt with so far was like 14, and it wiped out one of my villages when I was playing this before. Then we have a new life. So each settler has a story about the past they left far behind, but now this tattered group has a common goal to build a new home together. And we're going to start off in the valley. Plentiful vegetation, fertile soil and clay, moderate amount of limestone, lesser amounts of iron and salt. So before we hit embark, I am going to go ahead and get some more beverage. So we are going to take a momentary break and be right back.